Well, greetings and welcome to X-Plane Mobile Venturing Lake Powell. Now, in this video, I am going to be tracing the steps I had taken on a trip I had in the late spring, early summer of 2008 with my family when we went to go see and visit the Four Corner States, and Lake Powell happened to be one of the destinations. It's a fun place. It's just like Lake Havasu, but set up differently. So in this video, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take off from Page, Arizona. We're going to fly around some part of Lake Powell, and then from there, return to Page. Now, of course, this is version 1. Version 2 is something else when, of course, I either choose a different aircraft, different time, and different area. But in this video, I'm going to brief you by saying that we're going to take off from Page Municipal Airport, fly around a certain area of Lake Powell, and return to Page. Alright, so in that case, the aircraft we'll be flying today is a Piaggio P-180, a nice Italian-made airplane, which is a turboprop, and of course it's pretty much a jet, because turboprops are pretty much jets. So now with that being the case, the only thing left to do now is just prep for takeoff. At this point, the only thing I have to do now is load the variant of the airplane and get into its cockpit. So as we're doing that, I am, of course, looking around Lake Powell, not shown in this video and where to go. And as of right now, oh, here we are, ready to go. I just need a test for free movement of the control surfaces as usual, because I went to glider encampment a few times in Civil Air Patrol, and that was one of the key items we had to do, is make sure that there was free movement in the flight controls, as you can see here. Alright. Emergency plan is if I have an engine failure of one and or both before V1, I will land straight ahead. I will close the throttle, and I will go the opposite direction of incoming and oncoming traffic, and stop. And if I have an engine failure with one or both engines after V2, I will come back the way I came in, and or find some spot at the Page Municipal Airport. Spoiler alert, we don't make the runway because you probably know that from the phase I was in when I recorded this video, I was not a landing artist by any means. And another spoiler alert, I had to edit the crash scene out. Okay, there we go. Please excuse the notifications there, just that, when I mean to not have them on there, they just come anyway. Anyway, here we go. We're taking off now. We're ready to go. And of course, I cared less about the background chatter from X-Plane, so I muted, as you can tell. So here we are leaving the Page Municipal Airport, headed up Lake Powell. Now while we're at it, I'm going to admit that Lake Powell is a fun lake. Alright, it's just like Lake Havasu, but as I stated from before, just set up differently. In fact, Lake Powell is also a reservoir. It's another word for Delta Alpha Mike. Now, the reason why I call it a reservoir, because if I say the word Delta Alpha Mike, I don't want you to think that I'm swearing. Because, I try my best not to cuss as much as possible, or swear. Because, it's just good to know. Ooh, here's another thing that's good to know, is I take the map out, and we'll see where we're going. And now we are headed around an area in Lake Powell, and should be fun. Like I said from before, it's a real fun lake, and note that the time being I recorded this video is set to dawn, almost to 7 on the dot, because of this reason. I can, and I wanted to. Now, of course, most of my videos you see are recorded in the daytime rather than at night, because for now, at least with some of my videos when I play Flight Simulator, they don't appear well when it comes to night. I don't know why though, but that's just the case. Alright, so we're flying along Lake Powell here. There's a little village below. And the reason why I chose the Piaggio P-180 is because, yeah, I'm having an imaginary group on board. And of course, the group, of course, made it possible for me to get a Piaggio P-180. And the lucky thing about Flight Simulator is you don't have to pay as much if you were to rent a real Piaggio P-180. Now, of course, renting a real Piaggio P-180 is going to cost quite a bit of money. And I don't think that any place in Utah or the area just in northern Arizona, just south of Utah border, even has Piaggio P-180s, as you can see here. I don't think they have any at the airport in real life as of right now, or if anything, they're just privately owned, and of course, you got to respect the owner. And of course, if the owner of this airplane thinks that I'm doing something wrong about your airplane, let me know, and I will correct that as soon as I can. But just be patient with me, alright? You just gotta be. Ooh, yes. This is a fun tour I'm giving you all. Now, pardon the tactical turns here is because I'm mostly in a military niche these days, which is Civil Air Patrol. So, here we go. I'm giving you some tactical turns, and I want to make sure that when you finish your term in Civil Air Patrol, especially for cadets, are you sure you want to do this as your long-term goal, like make tactical turns and approaches? Are you sure you want that? I'm checking your gut now while I'm at it. So here we go. We're seeing what Lake Powell has. This is just tour number 1. I have tour number 2 yet to come, but I think my real hesitation is that if I do that, it's just going to be longer, for my iPod Touch, iPad, iPhone, etc. to record, and these games for now consume a lot of battery. So, yeah, what I really do is I just, oh wow, going upside down because this was recorded off an iPod Touch. So, yeah, what I really want to do, of course, when I make these videos is just capture certain things and not everything. Because you won't be able to capture everything, and you don't have to capture everything, and you don't have to make these videos last every minute or longer than every minute than, of course, you would on a typical real flight. And at this point, here we go, back to page. Because I promised you all a short flight. Just for the same reason as to why your parent and or caregiver would test the water for you before it was okay to take a bath. So that's what I was doing in this video. Checking Lake Powell to see if it's suitable for a Piaggio P-180 for a tour, and it seems as though the answer is yes. It could be done in flight simulator games. But the airplane is so powerful, and now we're coming into land, and this is the part where I edit the crash scene out. Which brings us to one more thing. Okay, in summary, Lake Powell's a fun lake. I went there in the late spring, early summer of 2008, but one drawback I had was I had a swollen parotid gland, so that really sucked some energy out of my trip when I was there because it hurt so much and I couldn't eat really well. But in this video, I did not have a swollen parotid gland, so I went ahead and took the Piaggio P-180 and I flew it over Lake Powell with a group on board to see if it was suitable for a Piaggio P-180 to fly around Lake Powell. But this is only version 1, because version 2 will have other times and, of course, other sights to see around Lake Powell. But I'm not going to capture every minute of it because the purpose of note-taking, for one thing, is just to capture the speaker's main points, not capture every word he, she, and or they say. Alright, so that was a fun trip. And of course, as the video comes to a close, I'm going to go ahead and thank you in advance for watching. And if you like, please like and subscribe. We'll see you all around. Thank you for watching. Requests are accepted at this time. Please let me know in the comment box below and or send me messages of what I can do better. And or whatever it is you want to see. Thank you for watching. See you all around. Goodbye.